Hey, what's going on, guys? JT Franco here, the no bullshit Amazon seller. I want to have a quick no BS talk with you here today. I just got back from the gym. I want to change up the pace, have kind of a different video, and just discuss something that's been bugging me. I had a comment on the channel the other day, and it's been on my mind because it's something that I know we're all dealing with. We all face this, but like 90% of us will never overcome it. 90% of us will fall victim to this. So I want to just change the video here and kind of sit down with you. I'm going to go read the comment for you now. So the comment goes, every time I listen to you talk about FBA, I get excited, but in reality, I'm scared because I don't want to fail. How many of you guys are experiencing that right now? Probably a lot of you, because I know that when I was starting, I was scared shitless, right? I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if this was the right move, but I was able to push past that fear. So that's why I make this video. I wanted to make this video to hopefully get just a few of you to push past that fear once and for all. So this is typically how it happens. This is the progression, all right? Someone is working a 9-to-5 job, doing what they're doing in their life, and then they find this idea. They stumble across something new, right? Like Amazon FBA. And you find a video on YouTube or you find an article and you get excited. It's like this new idea and like, whoa, I could do this. This is exciting. Now, like, you start envisioning your future. Like, whoa, I could launch products. I can put them on Amazon. I'm going to start making sales. I could totally have this new cool brand and people are going to buy my product. And you start seeing this vision of the future for yourself in your mind, right? And it's this excitement. So now you have this excitement. And then once you've gone through that a little bit and it's super new and it's like fresh and you want to do that, then you realize, okay, I got this excitement, I gotta make this excitement and turn it into a reality. So how do I get from idea to reality? What's the next step? The next step is preparation, right? So now you're preparing. So now you're doing more research, you're really digging into it and you're writing stuff down, right? You're taking notes and you're writing stuff down, you're writing stuff down, you're writing stuff down, you're writing stuff down, and then you're writing stuff down, you're writing, and you're like, whoa. And you realize as you're writing, like, that's a lot of shit. Like, that's a lot of stuff I gotta do. Like, you get this second of being overwhelmed, and that's when you start getting these doubts, right? They start creeping into your head, and you start telling yourself, "Oh, I don't actually know anything about this, right? I don't actually know anything about market analysis and product research and manufacturing a product and shipping things to Amazon and marketing a product and creating a brand and dealing with freight forwarders." And then all these things start filling your head and filling your mind, and you think, "Well, I gotta invest money, I gotta spend time, but what if?" And once you get to that "but what if," that's how you know you've been hit with fear. No one has ever launched a business without hitting that "but what if," right? Everyone gets to that point, but not everyone gets past that point. Okay, so you're at this level of, you got all this, starts butting heads with this excitement and ideas, and then your doubts and your what ifs, and they start butting heads. And unfortunately, again, most of the time, the fear will win. How do you avoid being the 90% of people that lose to fear? How do you become that 10% that actually push through and go through despite the fear? So let's first think about what is fear really, right? What is fear? It's really just your primal brain, the brain of your ancestors that's trying to protect you. It's just a natural process of your brain trying to protect you from danger and risk, right? Because back in the day, it's either, should I go out, leave the cave at night, and risk leaving the cave or get eaten by wolves, or should I stay inside and live another day? And that's what fear is. But in today's world, we're not dealing with wolves outside. It's just imagination. It's just your thoughts. It's just your brain coming up with scenarios that most of the time aren't actually going to happen. You've all heard the saying that fear is false expectations appearing real, right? And that's really what it is. It's just your brain giving you, these imaginary, emotional-based worst-case scenarios. So what you should do instead, okay, how do we get past that? First thing you want to do is, what's the logical worst case scenario? Really think about that. Now, what is the worst case scenario if it doesn't work out? If you try to launch a product on Amazon and it doesn't work out for you, what's going to happen? Maybe you lost $3,000, right? That is basically the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is you lost money. And what happens if you lose $3,000? Hopefully you're not investing the last $3,000 you have. Hopefully it's not putting you absolutely on the line where you're going to lose your house and you're going to lose everything. And as long as you're not doing that, then you should be fine, right? It's money lost, but it's money you can always make back. And now some of you might think, oh, well then I also lost time. But not really, right? If you spent 2-3 months doing this and you launch a product and it doesn't work out, you didn't lose that time because you've gained all that knowledge, you've gained all that experience, so that the next time you do it, you've actually are way ahead of the game. You're way ahead of the curve. You've got that time, and that time was useful, right? It was a lesson learned. So you didn't lose time. Really, all you lost was money. So now you gotta ask yourself, are you okay with that? Are you okay with possibly losing $3,000? And if the answer is yes, then what is there to fear? Because I'll tell you right now that is not actually the worst case scenario, right? Because everyone thinks of the what, when they get to the what if part, they go, what if it doesn't work, right? Everyone has two what ifs. It's either the what if it doesn't work and I fail, or what if it does work? That's where you gotta put most of your thoughts to. The what if it does work, the best case scenario. What if it does work and this works out for me? I actually start creating a passive income business. I can actually start supplementing my income. I can actually replace my income. I can actually quit my job and live life on my own terms because I was able to take this leap of faith and launch a product on Amazon, launch a few products on Amazon and just go after it, right? So there's the what if I do it and it doesn't work? What if I do it and it does work? But really the worst case scenario is what if you don't do it at all? Because if you don't do it at all, you don't gain anything, right? You don't gain anything and you lose everything. You don't get the knowledge, you don't get the opportunity, and you know what's gonna happen. You're going to be in the exact same spot as you are right now. In a year, 2 years, 3 years, you're gonna be exactly where you're trying to get out of, right? There's no possibility of change, right? You're gonna be inside your comfort zone. Because the funny thing about failure is that it comes whether you act or you don't act, right? Everyone's so worried about what if I try and I don't hit my goal. Well, if you don't try, you're definitely not gonna hit your goal, right? So it's either you do it and it works or it doesn't work and you gain a bunch of knowledge, or you don't do it at all and you failed all the same. So if you're put in this maze, right, a labyrinth, and there's two doors, one of them is failure and one of them is success. The failure door will just put you back to the beginning of the maze again, right? You can either start walking, get lost in this maze, and maybe find the success door, or maybe you end up in the failure door. But the thing is, if you don't walk around and you just stay at the starting position, you're still gonna be stuck in the maze. Whether you find the failure door or the success door, you're still gonna be stuck in that maze. Now, here's where fear comes in. Now, fear, a lot of people see it as something to run away from. They feel fear, they get a little bit scared and they duck and hide and they cover and they stay still. When really, fear is an indicator that you're moving in the right direction, right? If you're not afraid of something, that means you're not growing. That means you're not progressing. If you're just comfortable and you're sitting and you're just happy and there's nothing to be afraid of, that means you're not going anywhere. That means you're in your comfort zone, right? And the comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there, right? Everything you want is outside of your comfort zone. Everything you don't have and you aspire for, it's outside of your comfort zone, right? That means you don't have it. It means it's in your comfort zone. So if you're in your comfort zone and you're not afraid of anything, that means you're not getting closer to where you want to go. So fear is actually an indicator that you should move. Fear is actually an indicator that you should take that jump, take that leap of faith. Now, a great way to eliminate fear is something I actually learned from Grant Cardone. To eliminate fear, you got to eliminate the fuel. What fuels fear? What feeds fear? And the number one thing that feeds fear is time. If you can starve fear of time, then it will not grow, right? The more time you give to fear, the more it grows and the more it festers inside of you. For example, if you have to do something, you're thinking about launching a product, right? You're thinking about launching a product. Okay, I want to launch a product on this date. Say it's January 1st. The more you think about it, the farther away that date is, the more scary it is. The more time you have to think about, okay, what if this goes wrong? What if the supplier does this? What if, the timing is not right? What if, this is broken? What if I overlook something? If you just take action, the fear is eliminated. So once you start feeling that fear of, oh my gosh, okay, you get overwhelmed about product research, just do it. Because the less time you give it, the less fear will grow. It's crazy to me how many people will watch product research video after product research video. Hey JT, I've seen your product research videos, Robert, this, and this. How do I know if this is the right numbers? How do I know how many reviews? How do I know how many sales? How do I know? And they haven't actually started doing product research. They'll just think and try to make this perfect picture of how to do product research, and they'll spend weeks or months learning about product research while not actually acting on product research, when it's equally as easy to just start looking for products. So if you're in that stage of, I don't know what a good product looks like, it's because you haven't looked at enough products. You need to be in the field. You need to be experienced. You need to go and do to actually understand. And I heard this story in Atomic Habits. There was this class, a photography class, and they split the students of this class in half, okay? So half of the students would be graded on quantity. So over the course of the year, their grade, pass or fail, would be if they took a certain amount of pictures, like 1,000 pictures or whatever it is, right? And the other half of the class were gonna be graded by the quality of the picture. They didn't have to have any quantity. They could have only taken one picture, but it had to be a great picture, okay? Now here's the funny thing. The students that were only focused on quality didn't have the best pictures. It was the students that were only focused on quantity that took the best pictures, because they were doing it over and over and over and over again. They were in there doing it. They weren't thinking about it. Where the students that had to make the best picture, they studied about it. They researched about it. They read books about it. They never took a picture. They only took one. Where these guys, they didn't study. They just did it. They just snapped, and they just learned it. So if you're afraid of this process of Amazon FBA, it's a whole lot less scary if you just do it. Okay, just get started. Eliminate time from the equation. Don't plan about doing product research. Just do it, right? Don't plan about talking to suppliers. Don't say, next Friday I'm going to talk to suppliers. Go to Alibaba right now and start messaging, because that is all it takes. So if fear is holding you back, let it push you forward. Don't be afraid of fear. Chase it, because fear is an indicator that you are on the right path. Everyone faces it. Everyone is everyone is scared. I'm scared all the time still. It's not like, I have this business and all of a sudden I'm fearless. Every day, new decisions, new products, new marketing strategies, new emails, new videos go out. I'm like, shit, what if this doesn't work? What if I upload this video right now and it bombs and nobody likes it and nobody cares about it and it gets no views? Guess what? What's the worst case scenario? Nothing. I upload the next video. Upload another video. It's not life or death anymore, right? There's no wolves and lions trying to eat you anymore. It's just your head. It's just your imagination. So let fear push you forward. Take time away from the equation and don't feed your fear with time. Just go out there and do it, because you know what you have to do. You know what you want to do, and you know that this excitement and this vision that you had, that you were envisioning your future, it's real, it's there. All you gotta do is take the action to go out there and do it. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed this kind of different pace, kind of rant video, /end rant right there. And that's all I got for you. So hopefully if this video just pushes one of you guys or girls to face your fear and push through and take that leap of faith, I'll be happy. And if you want to help me with my fear of not getting enough likes, then please hit that like button for me, because that will mean a lot to me. Now, if there's anything else, what's your biggest fear at Amazon FBA? Let me know in the comments, and we'll see if I can't help you out and try to settle that for you. But again, that's it. So make sure, next thing, watch that video over there. If you need more help, click my face to subscribe, or click that bottom right square to join my free masterclass where I unveil some of my top secrets about Amazon FBA. All right, I'm JT Franco. That's all I got for you today. So don't forget, your empire awaits.
I am made to be free.